Blazer brass. As soon as we started doing these is it any good ammo tests, quite a few of you requested Blazer brass. We did the Blazer aluminum. Now it's time for the brass. The premise of this test is pretty simple. We're going to shoot a group and chronograph it, look for consistency, see how the group turns out. Now the group has a big variable, that's me and my performance. However, the chronograph shouldn't lie. That's what's coming up next on GBGuns. Target camera on. We are back 7 yards from the target because we're not barbarians. Pretty simple test to do. This is something you guys can do at home. I'm curious if any of you have ever tried it or thought about it. Just gonna shoot 5 rounds. Group, because might as well get practice out of it. And that may tell us something. And most importantly, chronograph to see what kind of velocities we're getting. As a baseline, we're using Winchester white box because that's a load that I think everyone's shot. And lately we've been really impressed with. You also want to use a known quality pistol. For me, that's a Gram Power K100. I've shot this a lot. I know this gun very well. That's important for getting a sense of feel. Also for having the best chance of shooting a good group is you want to have it be a pistol that you're gonna like. I also chose the Gram Power because I know their barrels to be of superb quality. So that shouldn't be throwing off any shots or results. One caveat, however, is this barrel is longer than 4 inches, which means velocity will be a little bit on the high side. The SAMI spec for 9mm is a 4-inch barrel. Any barrel longer than that, up to about 11, 12 inches, you get more velocity. Anything shorter than that, you get less. So it being slightly over 4, it might be a little bit fast. 5 rounds of Winchester white box as our baseline. This is sadly the second time I'm filming this. The first time I forgot to turn the mic on. So let's go again. .1138, 1160, 1141, 1161, and 1171. My fatigue is definitely showing in those results. This is the nature of the deal. It's a hot day out. Been out here since 8 a.m. trying to get as much knocked out as possible before it gets too hot. I will move the chronograph so I don't. Now for 5 rounds of Blazer brass. .1157. 1148, 1155, 1142, 1132. You guys should be seeing the math on the screen right now to know if there's much of a difference. I can tell you that the first time I filmed this, I was a little bit less fatigued and I grouped better with both loads. It also seemed the Blazer was slightly slower than the Winchester on that time. This time I'm too tired to even think about it. But the numbers shouldn't lie. Now, is this something that's even worth caring about? That depends. If you're at the point where you're just kind of learning everything about guns, may not make that much of a difference. If you're at the point where you're going to training courses or you're going to spend a long day out on the range, finding something with a little bit less recoil for basic training or a little more recoil if you want to feel like you're shooting defensive loads could be a goal or something to have in mind. Same thing with high round count courses. I recommend going with stuff that burns cleaner and is softer shooting. That lets you focus more on the shooting and less on worrying about the gun. So that's why we're running through this, because T and I try to go to at least 1 training course a year, and those are usually 1,000 rounds in a weekend or something like that. So for us, it can and has make a difference. I'm curious, as I said earlier, to hear if any of you guys have tried something like this yourselves, and what is your go-to when you get ready for a high round count training course. I'm also open to suggestions on whatever load you want to see run next. We've had quite a few requests for the 124 HSTs. My question to that is, what do we baseline that 124 off of? Like with a 115, it's pretty easy, especially for ball ammo, Winchester white box. That's a load that everybody knows. So let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, and we'll see about getting to it. Thanks for many years of support, and thanks for watching.